Good morning, brothers and sisters. I'm sorry for making this video so well in the middle of the morning, which is midnight. I am Bride of Christ 27, but this is a development that I need you all to know, which many of you may have known already. The topic for this message is Israel is in deep risk right now, thanks to Biden, the weakling of a leader, right? According to my brother in Christ, Amir Tsarfati, he states that the U.S. just suspended the sanctions against Iran's nuclear program, which is an act that will pave the way for a deal soon, right? And also according to the dailywire.com, U.S. officials believe that even a restored Iran nuclear deal would still leave Iran capable of amassing enough nuclear fuel needed to make a nuclear weapon. Fuel needed to make a nuclear weapon in a matter of mere months. This is a developing story according to the dailywire.com, but let's be real, brothers and sisters, right? Since 2021, Israel has stated that they are not going to allow Iran to have that bomb because Israel knew that the US was conducting talks behind their backs. Israel knew that a lot of betrayals were taking place where the US government is concerned. The US government was betraying Israel because I always knew since the Obama administration, Obama was never an ally of Israel. Obama hates Israel. That's why he made that deal with Iran. Obama knew that Iran is a terrorist nation, but Obama is a globalist. So what does he care? Even Biden, the puppet that the global elites are using to destroy America, to devalue the US dollar of America, to devalue the economy of America. That's the globalist playbook. Put that aside. As my brother in Christ, Amir Tsarfati, has stated, the US just suspended the sanctions against Iran's nuclear program, which is an act that will pave the way for a deal soon. You know what is going to happen? But when that money is unfrozen, it's going to give Iran control to do all sorts of illegal terrorist activities in Syria, Damascus, Syria. And you know what's going to take place? Iran is going to have control of the Middle East. And Israel is not going to sit back and allow that to happen. Israel is going to strike the nuclear facilities of Iran, and Israel is going to strike Syria because Israel know that when that money is unfrozen, right, by the weak Biden administration, Israel is going to be forced to destroy Damascus in one night. We will awake the next morning to find out that Damascus is a ruinous heap, right? Israel is going to destroy Damascus because of all the illegal activities that Iran will be conducting now that when that deal is made soon, now that the sanctions against Iran nuclear program has been suspended by the weak Biden spineless administration. Israel is going to strike Iran's nuclear facilities and is going to ignite the war of Isaiah chapter 17, where Damascus shall be a ruinous heap, and it's coming. Israel said last year that spring they will strike Iran's facilities, nuclear facilities, but they're not going to wait. Israel is going to do that ASAP, as soon as possible. They have been conducting drills this past week. I think last week they have been conducting drills, and Israel is going to do whatever it takes to protect its citizens, brothers and sisters. And Russia and China wants that deal to come true, now that the US has suspended these sanctions, because the US officials know that with a restored Iran nuclear deal, according to the Daily Wire, Iran will still it will still leave Iran capable of amassing enough nuclear fuel needed to make a nuclear weapon. But let's be real, let's be smart. Iran already has a bomb. They already have that bomb. And that is why Israel is going, that is why that prophecy of Isaiah chapter 17 is going to take place. It's going to take place. Israel is going to bomb Iran's nuclear facilities, right? And after that, they're going to go after Damascus, Syria, because all sorts of illegal activities is going to be terrorist activities are going to be taking place in that place where Iran is concerned and its proxies, and that is going to anger Russia even more. And I know it's going to lead to the Ezekiel chapter 38 and 39 war. And I believe without a shadow of a doubt that the church is not going to be here for the Ezekiel chapter 38 and 39 war. But let's be real. Let's be real. Because God's focus, God's attention will be back on Israel when that Ezekiel 38 and 39 war starts. Because Russia and China right now wants that deal to take place because they want to do business with Iran. But Russia and China would not like when Israel annihilates and makes Damascus becomes a ruinous heap in one night. God is going to put hooks in the jaws of Russia and all those northern nations, the Ayatollahs, all of these people, the Houthis, everybody, all these great northern nations, right? So brothers and sisters, go down on your knees right now and pray. Our departure is near. Our departure is near. You see that what just happened there? That is going to ignite Isaiah chapter 17. There's not a shadow of a doubt. It's going to take place. It's going to take place. And then Ezekiel chapter 38 and 39 is going to come into play. It's going to come into play. And I don't believe the church is going to be here. Because you know why? Because God's attention will be back on Israel. Because God is going to show the heathen or the nations that He is the God of Israel. Right? The church is not mentioned in Ezekiel chapter 38 and 39, and I believe that the church is not going to be here for that Ezekiel chapter 38 and 39 war of that great northern war between Israel when Israel is invaded by these northern nations. So brothers and sisters, our redemption draweth nigh. Go down on your knees and pray for Israel. Pray that Israel gets strength. Pray that Israel gets military wisdom and all that is needed for Israel to protect its citizen saints. Now is the day to pray because our redemption draweth nigh. May God richly bless you all. Shalom.